Hello, my dear friends. Let's start with the chapter 14, Religion and Spirituality. We are all spiritual beings. One doesn't have to believe in any form of God or higher power to be a spiritual being. Do you have to believe that you exist for you to prove your existence? An avowed atheist is as spiritual as the head of any major religion. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. All we need is self realization to recognize our true spiritual nature. The moment you realize your true essence, what is commonly termed as your higher self or the soul, you have automatic God realization, since all souls are part of God. Let's know about how to get to self realization. The process is really simple. All we have to do is go within. On the inner plane, each one of us can find all the answers that we need. We do not have to depend on anyone else to lead us to God. All we need to do is meditate. Meditation takes one to the inner plane. Let's know about conscious and subconscious mind. Our mind is divided into the conscious and subconscious or the unconscious. The conscious mind is our reasoning, thinking, logical mind that we use all the time when we are awake. The conscious mind uses the left brain and is very analytical. The conscious mind dies with the physical body. The subconscious mind is a perfect repository of all our memories and all our experiences of every lifetime. No memory can ever be deleted by any means whatsoever. The subconscious mind uses the right brain and is very creative and expansive. The subconscious mind attaches to the soul and is immortal. Whatever we have learned or have been taught and have accepted defines our belief system in this life. The conscious mind always operates based on our belief system and free will. Hence, the conscious mind limits us to our belief system. The subconscious mind has no restrictions and is capable of experiencing everything without limitations. Just like for the soul, the limitations of time and space do not exist for the subconscious mind. The conscious mind keeps us focused on the external world. The subconscious mind keeps its focus on the inner world. In meditation, as well as in hypnosis, we bypass the limitations of the conscious mind and go directly to the unlimited inner world of the subconscious mind. In meditation, as well as in hypnosis, everyone goes directly to the inner world and contacts God. Let's learn about what are religions. All religions are acting as intermediaries and agents between persons and their versions of the God or the higher power that they believe in. If God is within each of us, and each of us can experience God by going into the inner plane through meditation or hypnosis, why do we need an intermediary or an agent? If religions are not necessary, why do we have so many religions? To answer that question, we need to look at who created the religions and why. Did God create religions? God had no need to create any religion. All religions have been created by men. And if God had created a religion, he or she or it would have made sure that everyone around the world follows the one true religion. By placing God outside and by acting as middlemen or agents for God, the religious leaders get the ability to exert control over others. If you can get to God only by going through the agent, not directly, then of course you will have to follow the agent's instructions and pay the required fees or bribes to the agent in an effort to reach or please God. This is how religions control you. Now let's learn about, but did God not dictate the scriptures? All scriptures of all religions are man's interpretation of a possible message from a higher source. How many different religions do we have on earth? And how many different scriptures do we have? And how many different sects and groups exist within those major religions? And how many times do the scriptures change over time? I doubt that anyone has a real count, but a number in the thousands sounds reasonable. God must be awfully confused to be giving us thousands of differing and often contradictory messages every time he or she or it speaks. Then, which is the best religion? Each religion is a story created by a person or persons and modified over time by others. Each religion is like a novel written by a different author. Each reader may have his or her favorite book, depending on the reader's likes and dislikes. Similarly, each person would consider his or her religion to be the best and the only right one, but his or her belief doesn't make it universally true that his or her religion is the best. The selection of a particular religion is based on a person's belief system. The belief system, in turn, develops based on the teachings of the religion itself. Most of the time, it is the religion of the family that the person is born into. The person imbibes the beliefs that are handed down by tradition and never stops to question these. If those few instances in which people do undertake a serious analysis, very often they tend to either change their religion or give up the religion completely. There is no best religion. In fact, religion is not needed at all. Religion is only a third dimension phenomenon. In the fourth dimension, everyone will be spiritual, but there will be no religion. When you can contact God directly, why do you need an agent? Is God too busy to provide good customer service? Mostly, religions place God outside us, to be found in a temple, a church, a mosque, or some similar place. This restricts the availability of God in space. In addition, most religions restrict you to certain times to visit and devote to God. They may ask you to go for a church service from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on a Sunday or for a temple service on a Tuesday between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. This is limiting God in time. So, if God only has 1 hour in a week for us, What is he doing for the other 167 hours in the week? Whatever God is busy with, the fact remains that God doesn't consider us a priority. The other activities take precedence over our concerns. And if God is to be found in a specific location, such as a church or a temple, and what if I happen to be living in a place which is not close to the temple or the church? Or I happen to be traveling to a distant place, I lose out I lose out on my opportunity to commune with God simply because I cannot visit God's agent. Religion's God is not very customer friendly. 24/7 hotline for the spiritual person. If you happen to recognize that God is with you at all times on the inner plane, then you have a 24/7 hotline to God. All you have to do is to quiet your conscious mind, and you can instantly commune with God irrespective of the time and place. Everyone moving to the fourth dimension will become spiritual in nature. In the fourth dimension, we free God from limitations of time and space. Let's learn about rituals. What rituals? Every religion requires that certain rituals be done at specific times and places. The presumption is that God will not hear your prayers or answer them unless you perform the rituals correctly. What kind of God is religion's God? Is God an 18th century English schoolmaster? For the spiritual person, God is like a friend who is constantly present. No preliminary preparation is required for talking to your friend or for talking to God. Let's learn about sacrifices. Really, many religions require people to make sacrifices, including animal sacrifices in some cases. Does God really need the things that one is sacrificing? Must be a very needy and materialistic God. And does it make God happy that you take the life of an animal? God must like eating meat, or is it the priest that likes to eat the meat? For a spiritual person, nothing has to be done to make God happy, since God is always happy and available all the time. Which religions will move to the new world? The fourth dimension, or the new world, is at a vibrational frequency where everyone has access to a lot of knowledge about the true nature of God. As a result, everyone will go directly to the inner plane and converse with God. There will be no need for any agents of God. Hence, there are no organized religions that will survive in the new world. Places of worship in the new world. Although everyone will be spiritual in the fourth dimension and will know how to go into the inner world through meditation or hypnosis, there will be special places where people can go to meditate or experiment with certain music, chanting, or other methods to raise the effectiveness of their communication with their internal God. These places will be more like meditation halls. People will go there out of their own volition, not because someone has recommended that they go there. Let's learn about freedom in the fourth dimension. The fact that nobody is telling anyone what to do and people are doing everything by choice leaves the ultimate choice with each person. This is what makes everyone happy. There will be no organized religion to control your life. This is the end of the chapter. Thank you.